Most people think they make money decisions with logic, but the truth is, by the time you swipe your card, avoid the bill, make the investment, or say yes when you wanted to say no, your emotions have already made the first move. Money has a way of revealing what we feel before we even have the words for it. So today, we're going to slow that process down and look at the emotional triggers behind your financial decisions so you can start choosing from peace and not from pressure. Now, money is never just about math. It's about meaning, security, identity, status, love, fear, freedom. When you swipe your card, check your investments, open a bill, or make a financial decision, you're not just responding to numbers. You're responding to what those numbers represent to you. And a lot of the time, that response started long before the actual moment. It may have started in childhood. It may have started from something you watched your parents go through. It may have started from a season where money felt uncertain, stressful, or scarce. In behavioral finance, we talk about how emotion drives so much of your financial behavior. Logic often shows up afterward to explain or justify the choice we already made emotionally. And that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. So in this episode, I want to walk through 5 emotional triggers that often shape our money decisions. Not so you can judge yourself, but so you can start recognizing what's really happening in real time. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is fear. Fear is one of the strongest forces in finance. Fear of losing what you have, fear of not having enough, fear of making the wrong decision, fear of missing out, fear of falling behind. Fear can make you hold too tightly, or it can make you chase too quickly. Sometimes fear looks like never investing because you're afraid of risk. Other times, fear looks like jumping into something too fast because you're afraid everyone else is getting ahead. So the question to ask is this: when I make financial decisions, am I trying to avoid pain or create possibility? The second trigger is shame. Now, shame often sounds like I should be further ahead by now. I'm bad with money. I should have known better. I can't believe I'm still dealing with this. And shame is heavy because it doesn't just make you feel like you've made a bad decision. It makes you feel like you are the bad decision. That's why shame keeps people stuck, and it can make you avoid your accounts, ignore conversations, overwork to prove your worth, or hide what's really going on. But when you bring shame into awareness, you take away its power. You can't heal what you hide. The third trigger is pride. Now, pride, it can show up as the need to appear successful, even when your financial life is asking for honesty. It can sound like, I have to keep up. I need people to know I'm doing well. I can't let anyone see me struggle. Pride can lead to overspending, overextending, or making choices that look good on the outside, but create pressure on the inside. And the hard part is, pride often disguises itself as confidence, because confidence brings peace. Pride usually brings pressure. The truth is, financial peace doesn't come from appearance, it comes from alignment. The fourth trigger is guilt. Now, guilt, it can drive giving or spending in ways that slowly drain you. Maybe you overgive because you feel responsible for everyone. Maybe you say yes when you really need to say no. Maybe you avoid enjoying your own money because part of you feels like you don't deserve it. And generosity is beautiful, but guilt can turn generosity into obligation. There's a difference between giving from love and giving from pressure. One creates connection, the other creates resentment. Guilt is not freedom, and you're allowed to build a life where your care for others does not require abandoning yourself. The fifth trigger is validation. This one is subtle. Validation is the sense that your worth is tied to your success, your title, your income, your lifestyle, or your account balance. And this trigger can be tricky because from the outside, it can look like motivation. You're working hard. You're setting goals. You're pushing forward. But underneath it, there may be a quiet pressure that says, once I achieve this, then I'll finally feel enough. The problem is, your self-worth depends on your net worth. You'll always feel like you're behind. Because honestly, there will always be another number, another goal, another level, another person to compare yourself to. You are not your balance sheet. You're the human being behind it. Now, what I want to do is I want to help you take back control. So, how do we break free from these triggers? The answer is much simpler than you think. It isn't to suppress emotion, it's to notice it. I'm going to give you a free but easy, simple practice you can use before making a financial decision. The first thing I want you to do is pause. Before you swipe, you send, you invest, you buy, you give, or you avoid, give yourself a moment. The second thing I want you to do is ask, what am I feeling right now? Not what should I be feeling? Not what would make me look responsible. Just what am I feeling? Then I want you to name it. Is it fear? Is it maybe shame? Is it possibly pride? Whatever it is, I want you to name it. For some of us, it could be guilt. It could be validation. It could be pressure. Maybe it's anxiety. Whatever it is, I want you to name it. Give it the name that it deserves with honesty. And then ask one more question. Is this emotion guiding me towards my goals, or is it taking me away from them? That's emotional intelligence in action. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Because the moment you can name the emotion, you can create space between the trigger and the decision. And in that space, you get your choice back. Now, I want to give you something that I think can help. If you found yourself in one of these emotional triggers, or maybe more than one, I've created a free, and the word is free, quiz that you can take at yourmoneyyourstory.com that helps you understand the emotional patterns behind your decisions. Now, also, if this episode opened your eyes to the emotional side of money, subscribe and share it with someone who needs a healthier relationship with theirs. Because the more that we understand what's happening underneath our financial choices, the more freedom we have to make different ones. Now, before we leave, I want to leave you with this message. Money doesn't just reveal your value. It reveals what you feel. And once you understand your emotions, your financial decisions can finally start to align with your peace, your purpose, and your power. Remember, if you change your story, you can change your life. I'll see you next episode.